Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22.
There's never been beef. Like, we've talked trash to each other in AAU. Like, that it's been that. So I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans that are like, they ride for her. And I respect that respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it. And her fan base has gone, I'm talking about like,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. Like,
we see it all the time.
I know y'all see it. Like, I literally saw something today that was like, it's crazy. And it goes down to knowing, like, again, we are humans. Like, basketball is literally a game. Like, I promise you, it's literally a game. We have so much fun with it. But when it comes to death threats, when it comes to people finding, like, I'm talking about people have come down to my address, follow me home. Like, it's come down to that.
You won't believe what Angel Reese just claimed about Caitlin Clark's fans. Reese alleges she's experiencing sexual harassment and AI-generated fake images, and she's pointing the finger at Clark's supporters. Is this a case of misplaced accusations or something deeper? Let's unpack why this controversy is making waves.
And like, when I talked about earlier on after the season, and when I was in my press conference and I was talking about being sexualized, like, I guess people thought that was like because I post pictures in my bathing suits. No, like, multiple occasions people have made AI pictures of me like naked, literally.
Really?
They have sent it to my family members. My family members are like, uncles are sending it to me like,
no,
are you naked on Instagram? It sucks to see that, and it's really hard that I have to go through that, and now seeing other players even having to go through that. But like, at the end of the day, it's a game that we do both love, but there is no hate, no hate. We're gonna play on the same team one day, I'm sure.
Reese's claims are serious. She's alleging that Clark's fans are behind some heavy issues, sexual harassment and fake AI images. Imagine the impact of this on women's basketball, but the real twist? Reese is directly blaming Clark's supporters. You might be asking, why would she do this?
Angel Reese, the big superstar rebounder in the WNBA, launches her podcast by taking an immediate shot, in my view, at Caitlin Clark and her fans.
This situation has escalated beyond just two players. It touches on the future of women's basketball. What if Reese is telling the truth? What if she isn't? Either way, the stakes are high. We're about to explore what's really happening, and you won't want to miss it. The fallout could be significant. But could the truth actually be hiding in plain sight? Angel Reese's own social media might turn her story upside down. Are we witnessing the accuser becoming the accused? Let's delve into the situation because it's about to get intense.
It's like everything bad that happens to me is somehow connected to Caitlin Clark. That's stupid, it's dishonest. She's just clout chasing. She's using Caitlin Clark. And then she goes, I don't think Caitlin Clark has hatred towards me. What has Caitlin Clark done to you? Nothing. Well, I don't even understand what would motivate that comment. Caitlin Clark hasn't done anything. She goes out and plays basketball. I've never seen her trash talk. I've never seen her taunt Angel Reese. There's nothing there.
So here's the scoop. Reese made these explosive allegations during a podcast launch. You might be thinking, isn't that a bit convenient? You're not alone in that thought. Critics are questioning whether this is more about seeking attention than tackling real issues.
She puts herself out there, even on this podcast. Stomach out, breasts barely hidden, legs front and center everywhere. She has sexualized herself. And now, oh, I'm shocked. People are sexualizing me. And somehow she's connecting it to being a Caitlin Clark fan. I just don't see the connection.
Now, let's discuss Jason Whitlock for a moment. He's not holding back, calling out what he sees as hypocrisy. Whitlock points to Reese's social media activity, arguing it contradicts her claims of victimhood. He's essentially saying, if you're presenting yourself that way, how can you complain about others' reactions?
You know, people say rebounding is Angel Reese's greatest skill. No, it's not. It's victimhood. And as you mentioned, Jason, nobody has sexualized Angel Reese quite like Angel Reese. And so let's take her at face value for what she said about her family members. You're telling me your family members, if they really cared about you, wouldn't have told you 9 months ago, like, Angel, put on some damn clothes. She literally does a runway walk based on what she's wearing before every game. If there are death threats and threats of violence, I have a hard time believing that this would not have been reported and blown up into a story. I wonder, are there police reports? Is there a logging of this? Or again, is this her version of the graffiti on LeBron James's property? Remember that? I mean, much was made out of it, but you know one thing we never saw? Evidence. Evidence matters, because if there is evidence, let's root this out.
And those AI-generated fake images that Reese says her family received, that's a serious accusation, right? But here's the twist. Fans want proof. They're asking, show us the evidence, Angel. So far, there's been silence, raising doubts about the validity of these claims.
If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22. And the reality is the scrutiny that she's been subjected to is inexcusable, it's egregious, it's disgusting, it's wrong, and there's a bunch of punk, no good, you know what's out there on the male and female side who are abusive because they're really, really good at being that way when they're behind keyboards. And Angel Reese is to be completely believed that there's no hate, they both get along, they're cool with each other, they're high-end competitors, etc., etc. But you've known they were coming for you when you were waving your hands in your face to mock Caitlin Clark when you were beating her for the national championship. And you also are old enough to know that in this society, whether they want to admit it or not, they don't like seeing somebody black coming at somebody white who is a beloved star of theirs.
What's particularly intriguing is how this situation is igniting a broader discussion about athletes managing their public image. We're examining the influence of social media, the responsibility that comes with a large platform, and the repercussions of every post and comment. It's no longer just about basketball, it's about navigating fame in the digital era.